Midas and Bacchus. Scene 1. Bacchus is sitting beneath a tree. Midas appears, leading Silenus, tutor and friend of Bacchus.
Here, by what thou saidst, we should find thy friends. They cannot be far away. 'Twere best to call.
Ho, Bacchus! 'Tis Silenus returned.
Bacchus enters. Silenus hastens to him. They embrace.
All thanks be his who brought thee hither, Silenus. Too long hast thou strayed. I have feared lest evil chance had led thee into danger.
'Tis my most kind host who showed me the homeward path. When I wandered away, Phrygian peasants found me and led me to their king, Midas. This is he. 10 days I feasted and made merry with him. Then he brought me safely here.
King Midas, name thy wish, and see how Bacchus rewards those who serve his friends. Dear is this old man to me, and but for thy watchful care, grievous harm might have befallen him.
Truly he was a brave host, and cared for me royally. Ask, Midas, what thou wilt, and Bacchus shall give it thee.
If for Bacchus to grant be as easy as for me to ask, then will I boldly speak my dearest wish. I would have gold, and always more gold. Can a king have enough treasure? Grant that all I touch may turn to gold beneath my fingers.
Bacchus, hesitating, with downcast eyes.
Think again. Hast thou no better boon to ask?
What better boon could be asked or granted? With gold all men's wants are satisfied. When yellow gold comes at my touch, I can have no other wish.
Have thy wish, yet it shall bring thee no joy.
All joys are mine, kind Bacchus. How can I thank thee?
Midas hastens out.
Now shall Midas know misery indeed. Silenus, I fear thou hast brought bitter calamity to Midas.
If the fool asked amiss, am I to blame? Give him his fill of his darling gold. Perchance he will grow wiser by the lesson.
Silenus throws his arm over the shoulder of Bacchus, and they go out together. Scene 2. Midas stands before his house.
Now, to see whether Bacchus is all-powerful. I asked that whatever I touch should turn to gold. Can such a boon be granted?
He touches a twig and looks at it, then smiles with delight. He takes up a stone and looks at it, turning it over. He touches the ground and looks at it with rapture.
Now will I worship Bacchus and praise him above all other gods, above Jupiter himself. Gold, shining gold, all turns to gold beneath my touch.
He takes an apple in his hand.
Were the golden apples of Hesperides fairer than this? What Hercules toiled for is mine at a touch. A rare, beautiful gold. I thank thee, Bacchus, for thy matchless gift.
A slave enters.
What does King Midas command?
Bring water, that I may wash my hands.
The slave brings a basin of water. As Midas washes his hands, he lets the water trickle through his fingers.
Seest thou? Had man ever before such bright golden water in which to bathe?
The slave draws back in terror.
Fear not, I have had brave company today. Wonderful things have happened. Midas shall never want for gold or aught else. But now I hunger and thirst. Bring bread and wine, for I have travelled far and am faint.
Ere thou canst finish speaking, food shall be ready to thy hand.
The slave goes out, and quickly returns with bread and wine.
Pour wine.
The slave pours. Midas lifts the cup. He tastes, and sets it down immediately with disgust.
What is this tasteless frozen draught thou bringst me? Dost play thy master a trick? I asked for wine.
Slave, kneeling.
Bacchus himself knows no purer wine than the draught I poured for thee.
Midas, tasting again, showing the same disappointment as before, then smiting his head as the truth dawns upon him.
Can a man drink gold? Give me water. Haply that will keep its nature, so the wine turns to gold at my poisonous touch.
The slave brings water. Midas tastes.
Midas is to drink no more. Give me bread.
Midas takes a piece, looks at it, and throws it down.
Let me not handle it. Feed me like a child, and pray the gods that it choke me not with golden grains, else I perish with hunger and thirst.
The slave offers bread to the lips of Midas, who tastes, then dashes it to the ground in frenzy.
Now may all the gold that was ever mine be ground under foot of man, may it be blotted from the earth. So Bacchus, granting my boon, mocked me, and now laughs at my distress. I would give a mountain of solid gold for one draught of cool water.
The door opens, and a maiden enters. She hastens to Midas.
Father! Oh, my daughter! A cruel doom has fallen on me. See!
He touches bread and wine.
All tasteless, worthless gold. I asked Bacchus that whatever I touched might turn to gold, and he gave it what had been kind to withhold. I starve in the midst of plenty. Touch me not, dearest, lest thou share my doom.
The maiden touches her father's forehead. Midas starts back with a cry. He takes the maiden's hand and looks at it. She stands rigid and silent. Her hand drops to her side.
Bacchus, be merciful.
Midas goes out, covering his eyes with his hand. Scene 3. Bacchus and Silenus are talking together beneath the trees.
I tell thee, Bacchus, I like not that Midas should suffer because he befriended me.
He chose freely. I warned him, yet he remained firm in the evil choice. It is just that he should suffer.
Is there no hope? Must he starve in the midst of his gold?
Who shall say that aught is impossible?
Midas appears. Midas, kneeling.
Bacchus, the miserable man, asks a boon.
What wouldst thou, Midas?
Take back thy gold and give me my daughter, living, speaking, and smiling again. The curse of my touch is on her. She is a golden statue without life or motion.
Think what thou desirest. To lose the golden touch, to be as other men are, to give up thy new-found wealth forever.
Whom the gods would teach, them they afflict and grievously torment. I have suffered, and I am wise. Take back the gold. Restore the maiden.
Now is Bacchus harder than his gold, if he heed not thy prayer?
Take back the deadly gift I asked. I loathe the thought of gold. I die of hunger.
I warn thee, but men have little liking for the counsel of the gods. They prefer to be taught by their own misfortune rather than by the voice of wisdom. Yet learn that Bacchus can be merciful. Go to the city of Sardis, where flows the river Pactolus. Follow its waters to the source of the stream. There plunge thy head beneath the bubbling spring, and thy soul shall be purged of its crime, and thy hands shall be clean. The golden virtue, departing from thy body into the stream, shall tinge its waters, and the sand shall be rich with a vein of gold.
I thank thee for the gift of the golden touch. I thank thee yet more for removing it.
Midas goes out.
'Tis a pity that mortals know not what to ask when the gods shower gifts.
If mortals were always wise, the gods might learn from them.
End of Midas and Bacchus.